guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So we just had an update on JP Dokkan, and something very interesting has happened. I think a buff has occurred for these four characters right here. There's a funny interaction that happens with these certain active skill characters. Ginyu has super effective against all types. The Goku and Piccolo have guard. Hearts has guard, and then Janemba, I believe his didn't work like this, but I think they just did this for him to make it in line with these other characters. But when you use the active skill, sometimes they carry traits over from their pre-transformed version, right? I anticipate that we're probably going to see one of the major worldwide download celebration characters potentially have this same sort of similar thing happen, where maybe a character would guard in base and then active skill transform, and maybe they don't guard anymore. And this is just to kind of get things like nice and neat for when that character shows up. This is something that happens all the time in Dokkan, where they will change something slightly, maybe something that's already existed in other characters just before like a major release, to kind of make it more uniform, right? So if we take a look at these characters now, I believe their passives now are a little bit different. Yeah, you could see it right there at the top. Look, Piccolo guards for one turn. All right, let's take a look at Captain Ginyu here. Let's go into his transformed state. You can see it right there at the top. First turn, Captain Ginyu is now super effective against all types. Let's take a look at Hearts as well. Yep, right there at the top. You can see Hearts now guards his first turn. And then Janemba, let's take a look right here. Janemba might be the most substantial one here. He now guards his first turn as well. Let's test a couple of these out and see what this looks like in action. Janemba can transform once he's been hit 5 times. Ginyu, of course, can transform once we're under 70% HP and it's past turn 4. Piccolo slash Goku, right, they have a couple of different conditions they could hit. But if they get hit 7 times or more, or if HP's under 50%. And then, of course, Hearts, he is just, you know, the 3rd turn if all allies are extreme class, or 5th turn after he gets hit 5 or more times. So let's just go in, let's test some of these characters out. Let's see sort of like these new buffs or new abilities, and we'll see how this is actually going to look in-game here. This will be good. This will be good. This is a good change right here, because this is something that's in these characters' like, you could know about this. Like, a lot of us knew about this Goku and Piccolo one, or the Ginyu one, and stuff like that. But now, this is kind of just like a new thing completely. Like, this is just really good. Alright guys, we're here in an event with our boy Fat Janemba right here. Dokkan Fest Fat Janemba. Now again, we have to take a bunch of hits in order for him to transform. Let's just go ahead and do that right here. So these are the last couple of hits we're going to need, and then after this we'll be able to transform next turn, and we could sort of see what Tech Janemba looks like, again, you know, once we actually have the transform state and we'll be in guard and stuff like that. It definitely will be nice to see. Alright, so we'll be able to take enough hits, sure, perfect. And now on the next turn, oh nice, it's super attack dodge, love to have that in here. On the next turn, we'll now be able to go ahead and transform into Janemba, and we'll be able to see him guard for that first turn. Now, you know, for Janemba, again, I mean, maybe someone can remind me, but I don't recall Janemba ever having any guard for the first turn. Like, there's a reason some of the other characters have had their abilities, but I don't remember Janemba ever having this, so this, for Janemba at least, is nothing but a straight-up buff. Alright, so we've taken the 5 hits that we need to. Let's go ahead and transform with Janemba, and let's check out this new passive here. Alrighty, so now this guy gets a pretty substantial buff, right? We now have this guard for the first turn, which is going to be pretty good. So this guy is going to be able to dodge with a rainbow key sphere and have the guard. I'm going to intentionally... Well, actually, damn, now that I think about it, I do have a lot of dodge here. There's only one attack at the start. Oh, no, dude. Oh, my God. We're one character into this. Let's hope we actually eat this attack right here so we can show the guard. Okay, we did eat it, and then there is the guard. There we go. So there's Tech Janemba's buff. So the first turn, we're in transformed Super Janemba for Tech Janemba right here. The first turn, he will now guard for that first turn. Again, I think that that's a pretty big buff, because now it's like he can have guard plus dodge, because he gets the 50% chance to dodge with one Rainbow Key Sphere. So that certainly helps him, and that's the type of thing that could make a big factor as well when Janemba actually gets his EZA, right? Because now this is going to be something that's baked into his kits. That is very, very good. Alright guys, now we have Captain Ginyu out here, right? Now Captain Ginyu, this is something a lot of us did notice. Now, I wanted to sort of test this out. We could see if this is a true buff for some of these characters or not. So, the way Captain Ginyu works is that he's super effective against all types. If there's another Ginyu Force category ally in the team, we're rocking without another Ginyu Force category ally in the team. So let's transform. And now Goku Ginyu supposedly just has it for free. We'll be able to tell very easily right here. Alright, so now we're transformed. Goku Ginyu, my boy, show us what you've got. Well, I wish we could super here, but I don't think I mean, that doesn't matter, right? Like, he's still gonna be super effective against all types anyway. Okay, sure, whatever. Well, it looks like we're a little shy of a super attack. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. It's fine. We don't need to see him super attack to get this. So, alright, let's see. And Ginyu, yep, arrow pointed up. He's super effective against all types. There it is, yeah. I like this. A lot of these characters are buff now, so yeah, this is pretty good. So there we go. There is Goku Ginyu. The way it used to work before is that, again, with another Ginyu Force category ally, he would be super effective against all types, and that could carry over the first turn that you transform. But here, now these characters just get basically an extra turn. So, you know, Janemba now has a free turn of guard transformed. And then the Goku and Piccolo and Hearts, I think, are also significantly buffed, because now they essentially just get an extra turn of guard, which is very, very good for some of these characters. Okay, so 2 more to go. We still have to look at Hearts and then LR Goku and Piccolo. Alright guys, we're here on turn 1 with Hearts. So the way Hearts works, right, is that Hearts has, we'll just look at the friend one here. I usually like to look at my card, but Hearts has guard for the first 5 turns. Now, the way this used to work is if you still had guard available when we would do the active skill and transform, that first turn he would be guarding, right? But now, because he gets guard guaranteed for the first turn, I think this is a massive buff towards Hearts, because now you can do the full 5 turns of guard, and then the next turn after, when typically it would have run out, now we can then transform, and then he will be guarding on that turn, which will be sick. So we're going to come back on turn 7 here. We'll come back on turn 7, where base Hearts will not be guarding anymore, and then we'll transform and we'll show him guarding. Again, I think that, you know, Janemba is definitely massively buffed. I think the Ginyu one, I mean, you guys know me, it's just extra, a little bit of extra damage. We're super effective. I don't think it matters too much. But Hearts, Goku and Piccolo, and Tech Janemba, I think that these actually do make these characters a little bit better. It's not like all of a sudden, oh my god, now back up, they're crazy. But it is, they are, like, better. Like, just, like, they are outright better with this change. This is good. Alright, guys, so we are here on turn 7. Again, remember, Hearts has only got the guard for the first 5 turns. So now, if we transform and Hearts is guarding, then that's the new strength of this character, right? Previously, Hearts would have only been guarding for the first 5 turns, but now, with this change, we're going to stretch it out to the first 7 turns. W active skill right there. All right, here we go. So now we got Hearts. Hearts. All right, so show us something, Hearts. This is pretty good. I mean, I think this is a pretty significant buff to Hearts, right? An extra turn of guard. Yeah, and there it is. Yeah, dude, that's so strong. So Hearts now guards for the first 7 turns, man. Like, that's good. That's a powerful effect. I mean, for sure. Well, the Heroes team does suck balls, right? But, like, dude, that's useful for Hearts. I like Hearts a lot, right? Because he is kind of like a support type unit and stuff like that. So this is good for Hearts, man. That extra turn of guard, I like that quite a bit. All right, so we have one more character to look at. It is the LR Goku and Piccolo. That's another character that I think is going to get, I think, a pretty nice buff from this. You know, although, I mean, that Piccolo is still going to be fairly weak once we swap into him. But it's going to be a very similar thing with that character, right? Where the Goku and Piccolo, they guarded for 5 turns. So after that, you know, we should be good to go. So, all right, let's just now jump to the Goku and Piccolo portion, and we'll be good to go. Again, so remember, Goku and Piccolo, they work the same. It's basically the same thing we're going to look at with them as with Hearts. Goku and Piccolo guard for the first 5 turns. So we want to, I guess, hopefully do the active skill on, like, turn 7 is what we're looking to do. So we'll probably just come back once we're on turn 7 with LR Goku and Piccolo and we have their active skill available to us. We'll have to make sure that the active does not kill the enemy as well, because, you know, that first turn out in Piccolo, that's going to be very important there. Alright guys, we are in a very big boy fight right here, but I felt like there's no better fight. Again, here's what I wanted to do. We want to be on turn 7 for this, and we need to make sure it's a boss that could survive the Makankan Sampo. Well, that would be this guy. And especially if this character is now buffed after this change, which they are, we're definitely going to be rocking a video with them in here very soon. So, alright. What I'm going to do now is no! Whoa, no! We're going to take our hits, not the cord, man. Unbelievable. But I'm just going to quickly get the, you know, so they have to get hit 7 times, right? Which is not really going to be too tough for us. So we'll get the hits, and then we'll come back on turn 7. I mean, this is, we're sort of doing a showcase, I guess, for this character. So we'll get this. The cord's coming. Relax. I know you already clicked off. I mean, listen, I can't help it, man. It has a mind of its own. All right, so we'll get their hits. And again, we'll come back on turn 7 because that'll be the turn where they have, their guard has worn off by turn 7, right? So it will be able to prove that we swap into Piccolo now, and he essentially just has an extra turn of guard. So just like Hearts, who now guards for the first 7 turns, LR Goku and Piccolo, they also essentially now just guard for the first 7 turns as well. So I do like this change quite a bit. Alright, here we go. So we're going on to STR Omega. This is perfect. There's, yeah, never been a more perfect opportunity for us to show this than right here, right? So, alright, again, remember, Goku and Piccolo, they guard for the first 5 turns. So they are not guarding here, which means we are slated for instant death. But after we pop the active skill here and switch into Piccolo, Piccolo now does guard for the first turn. Alright, so we dropped the special beam cannon there. Oh, that's pretty good, because that's going to get rid of his AoE right there, too, huh? Perfect, perfect. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what we get right here. This should be, I mean, a pretty good turn for them. Although, really, all we're looking for with this turn is just to show that Piccolo is guarding. 200k defense, huh? Well, I mean, he is going to be guarding, but, I mean, that 200k defense is certainly not very saucy there, that's for sure. Yeah, there's his guard. I mean, I'll certainly take guard over no guard, but, I mean, yeah, it's, I don't know. I mean, this character is definitely better now, right? Like, make no mistake, being able to get an additional turn of guard is a pretty substantial buff for him, and a pretty substantial buff for, you know, a character like Hearts and stuff like that. Ow. Yeah, I mean, this character still sucks. Make no mistake about it, this character does blow balls, but they're a little bit better. You know, Piccolo's a little bit better. He's still pretty squishy, but, I mean, he's a little better. He's a little better. All right, so let me know what you guys think of the changes, though. I do think it's a pretty solid, update here. You know, now all these characters, I think it's just a little bit more clear, a little bit more crystal defined to some players who might have been confused. And again, I think that this probably will have some sort of overlap with an upcoming major character. So let me know what you guys thought of the new buffs to these characters. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.